Hey everyone, it's Mac, and I want to welcome you to episode 7 of Slaying Bad MF, the Gift of Life series. Okay, so you might remember, and I'm going to speak to this before I speak to the MF part of this. But when I hurt myself because of a bad fall back in February, um, I never really had an opportunity to address it because we were still addressing all the issues with the myelofibrosis. So yesterday was the first opportunity to really address it. And so the doctor performed some form of acupuncture on both my arms, both my hands, several of my fingers. They were all jacked when I took this fall. And so again, this is the first opportunity to really deal with it. And so I did acupuncture yesterday, and I could really feel the difference when the nurse put those needles in and hit the right spots, uh, forced them spasms, you know, and I think it has given me some relief. Now, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to just completely go away, but I feel a lot better now than I did before yesterday. I know that. And so, this is just another step in the right direction as far as my overall health getting back to where it needs to be. So, why am I talking about this when we're supposed to be discussing myelofibrosis? That's very simple. This is all a part of it. Okay, so one thing is, I would not have been able to get the acupuncture procedure done yesterday if my platelet counts and if my hemoglobin counts were not an improvement from previous visits. And so the real good news in this is that I was able to, because the numbers took a significant leap in the right direction. And so we went ahead and we did it. Uh, the original plan, in fact, was I was supposed to be admitted today or tomorrow, and they were going to perform the acupuncture in the hospital. I was going to be an inpatient. But they decided against that. I was then scheduled to go in this coming Monday, but because acupuncture has actually given me such relief, I did talk to my doctor, and he agreed that, well, if the acupuncture is working, and oh yeah, by the way, I'm also on steroids now. Maybe it's best we wait and see how this works out because it has given me some relief, and I'm feeling really, really good. Okay, so now we'll talk about MF. I already stated to you that uh, the numbers are trending upward. Still no sign of myelofibrosis in my blood. Uh, I think the donors' cells are trying to take shape. Here we are just a week later. Um, I'm going to kind of sort of claim it, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Again, I have an appointment Monday with Dr. Zogi, and I'll see what he says. Uh, but overall, I feel good. I feel great, in fact. And my aim right now is to get my immune system to the point where I can travel by uh, midsummer, say late July, because in early August, I want to travel back east for a family reunion. Something a lot of y'all don't know about me, but I was adopted at birth. And only a few years ago was I able to uh, get in contact with biological family. And so I did make the one last year. I had held off on transplant. I had held off on the transplant so that I could be sure to make it to the reunion. So I want to make it a second time now. This may be my last trip. for any number of reasons. You know, it could be because of health, it could be because of age, it could be because of a number of things. Who knows? But I want one last chance to go travel and see my family. All right, so I'm going to shift gears here a little bit. Um, I have been asked why it seems like overall I handle this MF situation as well as I do. I don't know how well I handle it, to be honest, but I will let you all decide. What I will tell you is that I had a wonderful teacher in my father, and he lived for a lot of the years that that I could remember. He lived with a disease called Paget disease. It's a form of a bone disease. He was a letter carrier for over 40 years, and he handled that bag over his shoulder uh, all through Spanish Harlem in New York. I'm bringing this up because I would come home from school, my sister would come home from school. He always greeted us with a smile, with a hug, or whatever. Weekends, my sister never missed a dance class. I never missed uh, music lessons or basketball games or whatever, because even though he may have been hurting, he never let that impact us, my sister and me. And so, as a youngster, I had this great example. And my dad never taught me by saying, hey, Mike, this is how you do such and such. Come here, let me show you. It was always by example. And I'm always going to appreciate that because I think that even though I lost him 21 years ago to this day, and that's why I'm mentioning him in this video, uh, that angel is still on my shoulder. And I think even now he's helping me cope through things. So I don't know who you look to in those tough moments, but I hope you have an angel on your shoulder. Mine is my dad. And yeah, I know with Mother's Day coming up in a couple of days, and everybody's talking about their mother. Well, what I'll tell you about my mother is while my father perhaps instilled the mental strength in me to move forward and just push through, my mother, I think, is the one who instilled the power of positive thinking. And so, as a tandem, they were a good set of parents. So, uh, Dad, if you're listening up there, thanks for the lessons. And I hope, like I said, I hope you all have somebody. All right. This is a real short video. I understand you might be expecting a little bit more, but I don't have anything more to give right now, except, well, there is one more thing. You see this shirt I'm wearing? It says Titanium Strong. There's a story behind it. I used to have polycythemia vera, PV, and I was heavily involved in a number of Facebook groups devoted to people with PV. And, remember what I said a moment ago about positivity? Well, being that I was blessed with this, uh, I wanted to pass it on, I guess. And so, knowing that there were some people who were not blessed as much as I am, I've got this wonderful support group. Some of you who are watching are part of that inner circle. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you all enough. But anyway, I felt like I wanted to pay that forward because some people are not as fortunate to have that inner circle, the people that give them that word of encouragement, you know. So I went ahead and I made videos and I would say these things trying to boost everybody's spirits, those who needed it. And one day I just said, I may have PV, but PV damn sure ain't got me. Shit, I'm titanium. And they like that. And so they went ahead and they started typing all up and down the screen. I'm titanium, I'm titanium. Eventually, it morphed into titanium strong. And at that time, I was looking for a team name. I run this basketball league, and I also own a team within the league. And I was looking for a team name. And so I decided, living in Texas, I decided to call the team the Titanium, the Texas Titanium. And I decided that I was going to make a logo, this strong man here, with the word titanium strong. And so I'm passing this on to you all. And this isn't the first time, but for some it's the first time seeing this. But I want y'all to think of yourselves as titanium strong, strong as titanium. We can all get through this. We can all get through this. Now, if you don't have MF, good for you. If you're somebody who doesn't have MF, but you are the loved one of someone with MF, please give them words of encouragement. Give them words of encouragement. Give them hugs if they need it. If they feel like they need to lean on your shoulder, please let them. If they cancel a lunch date because they may not be feeling well, please understand. See, these are all things that loved ones sometimes don't know, but I promise you, not every illness shows up externally. I mean, I look like crap, but maybe not everyone else does. But I want y'all to just, and I'm talking now to the loved ones of those with MF. I want to, I just want you to try and be a little bit more sensitive to the needs of whoever it is that you love who has MF. All right, and definitely whatever the discussions are that you're having, keep it positive. That's my big message for today. Keep it positive. Okay. I want to thank you all for your time. This time till next time. Max Ham, be blessed. Continue to be blessed. Do something nice for somebody. And we'll see you again real soon.